Hey guys, go ahead.
Coach, no Bo or LOC out there. Updates for tonight?
Yeah, LOC will be out tonight. Bo's under the weather, so we're still hopeful.
LOC still dealing with I know it was day-to-day there for.
Yeah.
JT Compher, I know you guys played the Red Wings once, but I'm sure it'll be emotional for him coming back into this building. His player development over his time here was pretty significant. He necessarily wasn't that guy who was a big free agent target, maybe right away. What do you reminisce on when you think about the way he grew as a player?
I think that he put in the work to become a great everyday NHL player, well-rounded player. Like, we asked him to do a lot. Like, he was basically our Swiss Army knife for at least a handful of years. Young player, comes in, good offensive ability, great skater, gets tougher and tougher every level you go up to be able to put the puck in the back of the net and help produce on a nightly basis. So he found other areas of his game that he strengthened, and we used him in all areas: penalty kill, power play, 5-on-5, checking roles, checking lines, offensive situations, leaves as our second line center. I think it just goes to show you got to continually be evolving your game as an NHL player to make yourself more useful, and he did that over his time here and continues to do in Detroit.
Coach, I was asking the players this morning about Cale Makar, now having all the records, and Mariana and Jack even laughed and said we were laughing. We thought he had them all already.
Yeah.
If you had to pick one thing about his game, just one, that stands out the most, what would it be?
Well, it's no question his skating ability. I think, and hey, lots of guys can skate and get up and go in straight lines and whatnot, but his ozone blue line movement to me is elite. The deception, the ability to, so you add that skating and attack mentality and ability to be able to beat guys one-on-one, get involved in the ozone play is one thing, but then you mix it in with his shot and he's got a lethal wrist shot from the blue line that he can score at distance. So when you have both those things, then he becomes an even bigger threat. And that's one thing that a lot of guys don't have. Like, they can either move or they can shoot from ozone play, and he can do it. He can do both, and probably the best at it.
Is Val out tonight?
Val is out tonight. Yeah.
What is the process with the NHL?
No idea. I have no idea.
Coach Drouin got his first goal in a long time since January 13th last game, and he said that kind of, he's hoping that helps his confidence. How important is that for you, seeing him kind of amp up his play?
Can you say which player we're talking? Yeah. Well, he's another prime example of a guy. I think his checking details, that's the first thing we stress. I don't care if it's a 100-point guy, a 50-point guy, a guy that chips in 10 points a year. We're gonna stress the defending details, the responsibilities, the obligation to be able to play without the puck first, right? So we obviously know Drew coming in that he's got great offensive ability and is a great passer and thinks the game well on the offensive side of it. So he went to work right away on that. We just had an honest conversation, and he improved in that area so much so fast that then he starts earning trust. And obviously we want the flexibility to be able to play him with McKinnon, Rantanen, use him on other lines if we feel like Val or Lecky's a better fit there for whatever matchup. And he quickly is able to go up with McKinnon, them help that line. It doesn't drop off at all. We're able to move guys around. So he's got flexibility. He's a responsible checker now. I love the way he works on the tracking and reloads in the game to be able to break plays up and then still transition it. So he's got so many tools. I mean, when you get a committed player with tools like that, then the confidence from our side of it is going to be high, and then obviously that translates to the player. I mean, he's earned the right to play as much as he has, and he's really earned the confidence to be able to go out and do it. Because that's what he's given us as a coaching staff with our deployment.
When you guys went through the player assistance process with Sam Gerard, between being cleared to practice, being cleared to play, was it just randomly getting a note one day that he's now available to play, or was there any kind of communication between those two?
Not between myself and the league. We just got word that he was good to go, and he was good to go. Yeah.
Outside of the league clearing Val, is he pretty much up to speed?
I think so, yeah. He's still working on his conditioning. I mean, it was a long time off, but yeah, I'd say, yeah, he's good to go.
Avs Red Wings, obviously a lot of history with the rivalry.
Yeah.
Not much the same, not being in the same division anymore. But do you have appreciation for that era of hockey
Yeah.
here and just the, there's a lot of legendary moments between these teams?
Yeah, I think, like when you played in your conference, in your division, it's because those teams were so good for that same period of time, right? That made it a great rivalry, and as they kept facing each other, at different points, regular season, playoffs, it just continues to grow because you got two highly competitive teams that are both seeking the same thing, and neither one of them was going to give an inch. So to me, that's the best thing about hockey. When you get to that point in the season, that's why the playoffs are so much fun to watch.
Last ones, please.
I know it's never going to be like the nastiness from that.
Yeah.
But can you get there with Dallas? Like, you guys don't have a Red Wings at this point, like right now.
Again, I think if you're facing a team years and years in a row and you have to get through them to get to the playoffs, that's where rivalries are built.
Okay, thanks, Jared.
Yeah, thank you.
Goaltending is really similar. They've taken another step here the last few weeks. How much does that give you guys extra confidence to play in front of them?
Yeah, no, it's great. Juice is a young guy. He's played very well in the game. Sometimes we let him save you a little bit some game. Lately, I think we're playing well. The goalies are playing well. It's a good combo to have. It's nice to have a second goalie. There's two shutouts. Two back-to-back shutouts, but it's played well before that.
How can you feel the intensity starting?
Yeah, no, you feel it. Especially teams that are in playoffs or battling for playoffs. But like tonight, it's gonna be a playoff game. Like it's that time of the year now where defense dialed in. You don't want to come playoff time and try to fix the whole thing. Everything has to be fixed at that point. You see the game. You're just watching the TV and see the pace of the game and how hard they play.
Is it nice to get those, like you were just saying, kind of get those in on the lead up to the playoffs?
Yeah, exactly. So you don't want to wake up and now game one playoffs and wondering what kind of hockey it's going to be. It's going to be that kind of hockey towards the end of the year rather than playing. You don't want to have any doubts or any little details that you don't think are right. It's time for everyone to kind of get dialed into what we do and make sure every little detail is right. That makes a big factor for game one. Thank you.
Is it nice to be able to face Detroit so soon after the last result?
Yeah, personally, I like it. I didn't like the result. I thought we played a hell of a game in Detroit, and to get that game back right away a couple weeks later, it's nice. And they're a team battling for playoff spots, so it's gonna be a hard-fought game tonight. And it's a fast team with a lot of skill over there, so you gotta be ready to check.
And I'm sure you fielded a lot of questions about the differences between the road record and the home record. I was curious from your perspective, what it is about playing at home that seems to bring you guys so much success.
I don't know. It's my first year here. I just feel like we kind of jump on teams really at home. Where sometimes on the road we gotta wait to see what kind of game it is. And I think we dictate the play when we play at home. But, maybe the altitude is a factor in it or something. I don't know. We should probably ask the science people about that. But for me, I think we just play well and we start the game very well.
And there's a lot of attention to detail when you're at home. Is that something that you guys are especially focusing on to try and get that to translate on the field?
Yeah, no. It's a different game too on the road. Obviously, with the coaches and the line changes, you have more control at home on who you're putting out there against who. And but at the end of the day, I think we just gotta, for the road part, I think we just gotta start the games like we do at home, where we don't kind of wait and see what's gonna happen. And sometimes I think on the road we just gotta let them dictate their game, and after we kind of answer. And at home it's the complete opposite. We really throw our game at them and let them kind of figure out what they're gonna do against it. And
With what you've been able to do on the power play. I know that's a unit that's played together now for several years. Jumping in that, how have you found your footing and where you can use your strengths to help that one?
You know, I'm a guy that watches a lot of hockey, so I've never really played that position. Played a couple of times, but not as much as I haven't done here. And I watched the Bergeron. The rated points really good in there. You try to be like, it's a weird position where you try to, sometimes you're a decoy. Sometimes I'll be a decoy because you know there's a seam pass coming from Mikko to Nate or the opposite, or you try to pick a guy's stick and make some room for a pass. But it's pretty easy playing with those guys. Obviously, when having Kale on the top, it's pretty simple. It's pretty easy where I know where I have to be and on my reads.
And I know you get asked a lot about playing with McKinnon, but it does seem like you understand each other very well, and that lends itself to being able to make some of those reads on the power play on the fly. Is that something that's just gotten stronger over the course of the year, getting to play with him?
Yeah, no, you know, as many reps as you get in with someone, you're going to get more comfortable, and you're going to figure out what he likes and what I like. And, you know, with Nate, it's very easy. We watch so much hockey, and we kind of talk about plays we see on TV or from the games that we're on. And I think if you're not a student, you're not grabbing the max information you can, and I try to do that. I try to watch a lot of guys when there's power plays. I watch the bumper guy because that's where I play, and I try to figure out what he's doing and why they're successful. And I think we just love hockey that much that we kind of just we watch everything and we talk about it.
And this will be my last one. It's Jared Bednar's 600th game, second most in the franchise. What's it been like playing under him this year, getting to know him as a coach?
No, it's great. He's a great guy. He's obviously a very good bench coach. But the one thing that sticks out to me, I think, how calm he is. There's no panic, even though we're down, or he knows when we're playing well, and he knows what to say at the right moments. And it's been great so far, to be honest. He's a hell of a coach, and it's fun to be around him.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Mid-season, early season, off-season deal, is it harder to kind of adjust? Does it take more time to kind of get the groove with your teammates?
Yeah, I mean, I've only experienced the in-season, so it's hard for me to say, but of course you come into a room where it's a different room right away. You may or may not know some of the guys, but I mean, it's a big change for me.
It's been good so far. Last game was a huge win for us, and tonight it's on to the Red Wings.
And how are you feeling about coming into this game, energy, being back at home? Now, this road stretch.
It's great. It's great being back at home. We have great fans. Get to sleep in their own bed, so that's always nice. But it's been good.
I'm good. Thanks.
Just gotta take a lot of the things we did well offensively last game to the right.
Do you like the direction you guys are kind of heading right now?
Yeah, I think our defending has been really good since the road trip. I think we had a talk after the road trip that what went wrong, and I feel like we adjusted really well on the defensive side. Offensively, we had some meetings too, so I think that's the one thing we can maybe get a little bit more consistent and better, especially in the offensive zone.
It's still a couple of days away, but the trade deadline's coming up this week. Is that something you guys talk about as a group?
Yeah, I think you always speculate, and some leaders might talk to GMs a little bit and ask for some insider on what we're doing, but obviously they're busy, so we don't want to give them their space too. But yeah, I think players talk about it in every team for sure.
Sorry if this has already been asked, but buddy JT Compher coming back tonight, what's that going to be like to play against him?
Yeah, it's going to be nice. He's a great friend of mine, and fun to share all those years with him, and obviously win the cup with him. So he's a brother for life, if I would say that. So good to see him back and maybe get a nice video for him, and it should be good.
Have you guys kept in touch at all since he's moved on?
Yeah, we text every now and then. Not obviously every day. We have a busy schedule, and ours aren't theirs. So, but yeah, every now and then. And we saw him in Detroit when we were there, so he's doing well.
You're talking about all these meetings that you guys have been having, kind of getting back into Ball Arena. How do you get more vocal as a leader on the team with those meetings?
Yeah, I try to. It's been around for a while now, and if I have some input, I think we have a lot of smart guys in the room. So usually, guys have the same thoughts, anyways. The leaders of the team, But yeah, it's been good. Coaches obviously bring some stuff, but I think the biggest thing is that the players lead themselves too. We don't want the coaches to lead the locker room. So we want to have the good spirit in the room, and I think we've had it again this year.
In the last game, you get a goal from Cale Makar, against his goal from Johnathan Drouin, same thing there. Is there a lot of pressure that's taken off when that happens to get the depth scoring back and then just other guys breaking through?
Yeah, there is for sure always. Everybody's gone do those droughts, and it feels good when it goes in, and I was happy to see both of them score last game, and should only help them in future, to get more confidence for sure.
On the opposite side of the
5 years with the Colorado Avalanche, and you're returning today.
Yeah, it's exciting to be back and just get to see everyone, see the guys and see the staff, and obviously a lot of really good friends and good memories in this building, so it should be a fun night.
Is it difficult to compartmentalize the emotions whenever you come back for a game like this?
I think I've done, it helps that we played them in Detroit a couple weeks ago and got to see everyone, play against everyone, and I'm sure there'll be a little bit of extra energy tonight or nervousness, whatever you want to call it, but once the game got going in Detroit, it felt pretty normal.
Have you thought much about the potential tribute for you coming?
I haven't thought about it too much, but I think my parents are coming in. They're excited. Girlfriend's excited. The guys, when I saw last night, they were talking about it, but I haven't put too much thought into it.
I know you just kind of talked about it a little bit, but I asked you a couple weeks ago in Detroit if it was easier to play them there before having to come back here. Did that help kind of take the edge off having to see the old team?
Yeah, I think it helped. It felt pretty normal until they came out, for warm-ups, and then I was like, all right, this feels a little bit weird. And then once, like I said before, once the game got going, it felt pretty normal.
When you were here, you guys beat the Red Wings 10 times in a row. Does it feel good to kind of have one up on your former teammates beating them last week or a couple weeks ago?
Yeah, I think, it was a huge win for our team. That's, we know how good the Avs are, and when we play those top teams, we want to see where we measure up, and we're fighting for every point. We're fighting for our lives in the playoff race, and those are two really big points, and we played a really solid game in our building.
You guys are fighting for that playoff spot. You've won the last 3 on the road. The Avs' best team on home ice this season. How do you combat that?
It's going to be a team effort tonight. We know the firepower. We know how quick they can be on this ice, and it's going to take everyone. Everyone's going to see a little bit of Nate and Cale and Taser and Mikko and all those guys. So we're going to have to do a good job on them and play a good road game. Be solid defensively. Not make it a track meet. We know that that's not the game that we're going to win against them, but we're focused on the defensive side of it and limiting them as much as we can.
You're trending to beat your career total for goals in a season. Do you feel like this new home is suiting you very well?
It's been great. Just from the beginning, the guys in the room, the staff, the management, coaching staff have been awesome to me and really welcomed me in. It's my first time going to a different team, and I was definitely a little nervous about it, but the locker room, we have a great group of guys that's fun to be around, fun to play with and go to battle with, and really happy with how far we've come this year and where we are right now.
How do you feel your time here in Colorado helped you kind of be prepared for that next step as a leader and just kind of someone in the room who's been there before?
Yeah, a lot. So many great guys to learn from over the years. Some that are still here, some that aren't, and Gabe and EJ, Nate, Mikko. I think I said it when I was in Detroit. There's not a better group of guys to learn from and grow with, and I think it's helped me kind of grow into a leader. Obviously, you do parts of it when you're here in Colorado, but they have such a great core of leaders that you just pitch in when you can. I feel like I've continued to grow as I've gotten older in this league, and been a focus of mine to help this team in Detroit as much as possible.
Were you familiar at all with the city of Detroit just from your 3 years in Ann Arbor? Did you not get to spend much time there?
Yeah, a little bit. It was like less than an hour away, so I've been downtown a bunch, and Tigers games was pretty familiar, and even younger growing up, going as youth player to Detroit all the time from Chicago. So I was definitely pretty familiar with the area.
You know this building from the other side, and you know this crowd. Even with the love you're probably going to get from the fans here, how hard is it going to be for you to play tonight with that energy that you know that this building brings?
Yeah, I mean, these fans bring it, and it's a testament to the team that was built and how excited the fans have become about the product on the ice and the teams that have been throughout the years. And it's going to be a great challenge. It's a game that we're excited for. We've done pretty good on the road. We embrace these challenges, and we'll be excited for tonight.
Bednar talked about how you built trust with him to be utilized in all situations. What was that like from your perspective? He's coaching his 600th game tonight. Did he have any influence on who you are as a player?
Yeah, of course. He was a great coach to learn from, and I'd say we had a good relationship where we didn't have to talk too much, but I knew he always had my best interests in mind, and it wasn't a straight path upwards for me. There were ups and downs, and he stuck with me, and so did Ray, so did Nolan, that whole staff. I enjoyed playing for them, and they definitely helped make me the player I am today.
JT, Mikko called you a brother for life. Is that kind of the bonds that you kind of forged when you were here?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's part of the way we grew up together in this league, and kind of asked for a better group of guys to do that with, and I think that helps when you win. It bonds you forever, and wherever guys go afterwards, we have that year, we have that championship, and I agree. There's a lot of brothers for life in that locker room for me.
Over the years, Colorado fans really became fans of Jessie Compher as well. It is girls hockey night tonight. Yeah. We're talking a lot about the PWHL, so how's Jessie doing?
She's awesome. That league has been so much fun to watch. I watch as much as possible, and I'm so excited for the girls. I've gotten to talk about it a little bit throughout the year, but just the opportunity that they have, and they've really grasped it. The product on the ice is unbelievable. The league's done a great job, making it easy to watch on YouTube, and the fans they're packing buildings. I know Jessie's games in Toronto are sold out. They sold out Scotiabank a couple weeks ago, and I'm just really excited for those girls because they work so hard, and I encourage anyone that loves hockey to go check it out because I've really been enjoying it.
Thanks so much.
Thanks.